Tonight was I don't know, at least our third time to see the movie We Are Stronger, and each time that I see it, something else just pops out to me. And one of the characters, a different character each time, and their story pops out to me. Of course, the first time it was Vic, the main character, and you generally relate PTSD to being somebody that's been in the military, or first responders, and you don't really think about anybody else. It's this face that issue. The second time it was Don's part, playing Tommy, and that scene where he shared his life story just rips your heart out. And I've seen it 3 or 4 times now, and every time it just becomes that much more dear to me. And the characters themselves are actually the people who played the characters because of their heart. Tonight it was Angela's part that really jumped out at me, because so often we forget about the spouse of that one that has PTSD and how they're affected, how greatly they're affected. And I thought back to one of the soldiers that we've dealt with for years, who finally got to the point he pulled a gun on his wife, and she kind of went off the deep end after that, and it was because she was facing the same thing. She had a very traumatic experience seeing her husband from several years come back in with a large hole in his head from a gunshot wound to the head that miraculously God brought him out of. We're still praying for both of those two, and God's still got some work to do on them, but I believe they're going to come around. But I encourage anyone who has the opportunity to see this movie, and to see this movie prayerfully, because I don't think it was ever about making a movie. I think it was always about ministry and touching lives and changing lives. And I know that every time I talk to somebody who's seen it, their life's been very positively affected by it. I was excited a few weeks ago. I was out in Phoenix, Arizona, and I was on the radio. They were announcing that, I guess it was maybe a little more than a couple of weeks ago, but they were announcing that the movie Stronger was opening in the theaters that night. The We Are Stronger was opening in the theaters that night. And they told a little bit about the story, and it's like, man, I wish I didn't have to go home tonight because I'd be at the theater watching it. But I was glad to see that it had made it into some of the theaters. And we're looking forward to bringing it into our church, and to seeing this message going on around the country and even further, as God just continues to bless. So if you get the opportunity to see this movie, take it.